Hello everyone, I've returned. So, it's been a little while since I made my last update. It's been about 2 months. And this is, in fact, the month 4 update. I skipped the month 3, sadly. A lot going on. So I officially started AJATT, which, as you know, I count AJATT from the day that I started actually being faithful to my Anki. And that started on 6월, I don't know, was that September? No, June 25, 2021, and it is currently today to October 27. So it's been a little bit over 4 months. And yeah, so the first, I have a little pink slip so I don't go off guard. This might be a long video. First thing I want to talk about is reading. I said I was going to start reading like during month 1, I didn't, and then during month 2 I said I was, and I did. But not in month 3. I didn't start reading in month 3. I didn't start reading from 2 to 3. I started reading from 3 to 4. I had this book, obviously. This book is kind of dog. I didn't like it. The vocabulary is kind of sus because you have words like 왕지네, right? A large freaking centipede. Or to, 타드미 팡망이, a laundry bat. What? So it kind of has like these random words that I'm never gonna really use, and that's like more, at least, because if it was 10% I just deal with it, but it's more than 10%. It's like 20, 30, 40%. Well, not 40, it's like 30, 20% of the words that are just random. Like a double-headed drum is changu. What? You know what I mean? Or to be 3/4 sekale. I don't know what that means. They're just random, random words like that I never, and everything, the word structure is really, really simple. So like, if I can read an excerpt, let's see. I'm gonna read you a short excerpt from 홍부와 넓부. 옛날에 두 형제가 있었습니다. It is really just, a long time ago, two brothers were, right? There were two brothers. 그들의 이름은 흥부와 놀부였습니다. Or 놀부였습니다, sorry. Writing's kind of bad. 놀부는 많은 돈이 있습니다. Exactly, like everything that 있었습니다, or 습니다, or 켰습니다, or 읽었습니다, something like that. So the word order is, the word structure, the sentence structure is kind of like simple. So I bought 엄마를 부탁해 by Shin Kyung-suk. And this book is very interesting. You can see right here. I'm like barely on page 2, right? The blue highlights are like grammatical structures that I don't know yet. So like the first one, 아빠 집에 모여. That's a conjugation of moda, and I didn't know that. I still don't know. I haven't searched it up yet, unfortunately. I thought I was, but I didn't. It's a conjugation of moda, so I didn't really know like what's up with that. 던, 우려했다, 퇴치한다, or 퇴진한다, 는 것, 어디로 는 것, not in the situation, 을 퇴치는 것, 있느냐, stuff like that. Which I need to learn. And the yellow stuff is like vocabulary that I don't know. So as you can see, this is actually like, I went through a good streak where I understood almost everything. Well, I didn't understand everything. I understood all the words, not the entire sentence. So go figure. But I've come a long way from, I'll show you like the first time I started highlighting this. The blue is the stuff that I don't know, the yellow is the stuff that I do know. So every single word in this really simple short story, I didn't know, which is unfortunate. You know what I mean? But now, we've come a long way. We still have a lot to go. But this is 200-page book, 300-page book, 230, 299, 300-page book. You know, it'll probably take me a couple months to get through it. But you know, even if it takes 2 years, it takes 2 years. You know what I mean? We're gonna get it done. That's the point. So, which is my lighting? Hold up. There we go. So, you know, with reading, I'm gonna try to purchase. I've been reading some webtoons, but I mean, they're kind of simplistic, and like I'm not really into them. I'd rather just read it like a novel. I don't know why, but yeah. So that's done with the reading. I'm gonna try to read more novels. I'm gonna try to read more webtoons though, because they have simpler language. But they also have a lot of slang terms that I can't really search up because no Urban Dictionary, unfortunately. So yeah, let me cross off reading. The next thing, sacrificing for the AJATT. So what sacrifices that I made? Unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna be joining the basketball team this year. Simply because that's 10 hours of like actual practice. And if you count like going there, getting ready, leaving, driving back home, distractions on the way home, but sometimes like even with soccer, sometimes I go to a game and then that's including games. That's not even including games. It's just practices. Because you know, I remember the other week we had a soccer game and we went to the soccer game. We played. So from 3:30 to 5, we had to warm up and whatnot. So I couldn't AJATT. And then from 5 to 7, I had the game, so I couldn't AJATT. And then from 7 to like 8 or 9, I had, you know, on the way home we sat there in HEB. I couldn't AJATT there. So, you know, that was basically from 3:30 to 9, where I couldn't do balls. So that's the same thing that's gonna happen with basketball. You know, I'm gonna go 2 hours of practice. It's gonna be, so it's 3:30, practice at 4, 2 hours, and it's either 5:30 or 6. And then I have to drive home. I got there at 6:30. I have to shower, eat, whatever. That's already set. So this takes away too much time from my schedule. Very unfortunate situation, but things are getting more real with the AJATT, so we have to apply more to it, right? What else? School. I've been kind of lacking, but I've been like, I could be doing so much better in school, but I'm just keeping up. Like, I used to be like a 97, 98 student. Now I'm like a 93, 94, 95 student, which I personally don't care about because I'm just trying to get into UT Austin. And it's not that hard to get into UT Austin. So you'll say it's a really competitive school, but I know a friend that got in there with 11, 20. You know, one other friend that had okay-ish grades, and he got in without an SAT, so I'm not really too pressed about that. But the only reason I'm actually like keeping up with my school is because I want to go to Korea, and if I don't have the grades for it, then my parents aren't gonna let me go to Korea. So that's that. Next on the agenda, saucing up the Anki. Yes, so I watched one of Matt vs. Japan's videos on YouTube, and it was like basically how you share X with a bunch of butterflies. That's something that's so pretty, you guys. Napi. That's it. All right, that's the first thing that came to my head. Napi. Napi apodo. Anyways, so school. I mean, not school. My bad. Saucing up the Anki. So recently, I've been making a lot of han, or that's what I call them, han cards, right? So I went from, you know, sentence, translation, sentence, translation, word with Chinese root, and then after that was the English definition, then the Korean definition. Recently, I've been making cards that are Korean sentence, word, Korean definition, so basically no English. And it's not words that are like dongxie or dongxi, which is just which, you know, it has like a really simple definition. It's words that have longer definitions, you know, that are a little bit more complex. So that's just like, you know, and like a reference to not a reference, but like a reflection on my improvement from when I started, right? I also got ShareX off of Matt vs. Japan's video, and I've been getting a lot of sentences from the like actual media now. I'm getting the actual audio, because I used to get the thingy sentence, and then I put the whole thing into Papago and get the audio of the lady translating. But now I can get it straight from Netflix and straight from, what's it called? YouTube. And I got like 3 or 4 cards yesterday. Oh, like I think I got more. I've gotten like maybe 70-ish cards because of that. But a lot of the cards that I make, unfortunately, are cards that, like, it's a long sentence. Like, I searched up the definition of the word, it's a longer sentence. And it's a long sentence, but I understand everything except for 2 words. So, which is the word that I'm looking up and one that I don't know. So what I do is I get the one that I don't know and I put it in. And then, so I have to memorize that word before I learn the other words. So I have a lot of cards that are like that. And sometimes I do that and it's a longer sentence, but I still understand 2 words. So I just keep like bridging, I guess, until I find one, and then I finally can, put it in. But I have like a lot of cards that are like that. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. But it is what it is. So I'm slowly making a shift to Korean. And the way I judge it is like if it's an I+2 sentence as a definition, like if the definition of the word is an I+2, I say it's okay to, well, first I look up a word that I don't know, because the Naver Dictionary is amazing, so you can just look, like if you type the word, it gives you the definition, right, in Korean. So I do that. But if I don't understand that, I just put it in the English dictionary and memorize it then. Because, like you need English to a certain point. It's not like you can just straight go to Korean and then boom, done. You need English for at least this beginning stage of the monolingual transition, right? So done with, where's my pen? Done with that. Also, my Anki, actually, the last thing on my Anki recall has been crazy. It's been like 90-some%, 90 which, I mean, isn't really too important. I don't really think Anki is that important. It's important in the early stages, definitely, but in these latter stages, like, it's just, I don't even know how to say it. When you're early on, you do need it to, like, because Anki, when you're learning words, you learn that the first 2,000 most common, and you see those all the time. But once you go to like 2,200, 2,500, 3,000, those are words they only see every, twice a week. Well, 2 times every 2 weeks, 3, 4, 10 times a month, stuff like that. But in the first 2,000, you're seeing those words like almost every single day. So that's the problem with. That's one obstacle in using Anki and SRS is for memorizing vocabulary, right? So let me mark that off. Music. I've been using some music references, like obviously, because like my problem with Korean music is that it's very influenced by American and Japanese culture, like Blackpink. Actually, like as a person, their music is alright, but as an AJATT, I can't listen to their music because it's half in English, and then it's half in English. Some of their songs are only in English. Itsy, which is what I started on. I can't listen to the music anymore because it's too English. But what I do, especially with Itsy, because none of them really speak great English, except for Leah maybe, but when they're amongst each other, they just speak English. So I just watch their vlogs and like the behind the scenes or whatever. So that's always all in Korean. So I just I mess with that. So I watched all the CSI Itsy or Itsy CSI or whatever, and I watched all of it. I do that similar stuff with other idols like Jessie, right? I watch her show reviews, which are sometimes in English, but I mean not always, but I mean not all in English, but she does speak English sometimes, but it's like 95%, 98% in Korean, so it's fine. And yeah, but that's why like my playlist is kind of like mad depressing, because all my songs that I get are from K-dramas, and they're usually sad. But they're all in Korean, so it's a dub. So, like my favorite song is like 널 not bad. Oh, that's 11 now. 널 사랑하지 않아. 널 사랑하지 않아. Right? 미안해, 널 사랑해. Right? 미안해, 널 사랑해. Heige. Sorry. So, those songs, they're good because like they're very comprehensible. So you can really understand a lot of it. So like 널 사랑하지 않아. I understood almost all of it on the first listen, and then there's like 10, 15 words that I have to look up, like 어색한 침묵. What's it? Okay, 널 사랑하지 않아. 무슨 말을 할까? Like that's a saying, isn't it? It's like like what should I say? 무슨 말 할까? 어디서부터 어떻게? Like where should I start? I'm not sure about people. I'm gonna have to ask my friends, my Korean friends, if people actually say that, because then I can actually use it. 고개만 털고 있나? I knew that. Like raise your head. I always forget the line after that one. And then 이업색한 침묵. I didn't understand that sentence. I had to look up every single word. And then after that, you know, it's just a lot of, it's just good, right? You know, it's good music. I listen to it every once in a while. But the most important part is that I'm not listening to English music. Because I used to be really big like rap enthusiast, but now it almost bores me now. Rap music and American music in general. It almost bores me. So let me mark that off. We're done with that. Okay, so one thing that I have noticed is that, well, because I'm watching so many K-dramas and most K-dramas are romantic dramas, I know a lot about how to talk about like relationships or like love or romantic related things. I can say a lot of things about love, and like about loving someone, but I can't say much about anything else. So, or not that I can say it, but I can understand it. And almost everything I can say is related to that. So I understand, like, especially when they're confessing or they're saying that how much they love each other or anything in that area of language. I understand almost all of it. But when you move up to other areas, you understand like less, not anything. I mean, I don't understand anything. I don't not understand anything, but I understand a lot less. It's a lot less comprehensible. So, and that is an unfortunate reality of studying other K-dramas. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. I'm gonna try to keep this video almost unedited, just turn off the edges, right? But yeah, it's an interesting thing. That's why I watch a lot of YouTube now. Like, almost anything, because I used to be really picky about watching YouTube. I want to watch like Itzy and stuff, and like their blogs and stuff. But now where's my phone at? Okay. But now I've been listening to like, you know, or watching whatever, like IU all the time, Itzy a lot, just whatever vlogs I find on there. Not vlogs, just whatever videos I found there. And then 형님, watching that a lot. Just whatever. And then 형님, I realized is a really good, what's it called? Resource, because it has what, 300, it has like a couple hundred episodes, like almost 200, right? And they're all like an hour 30, hour 40 ish, around there. So it's like 300 some hours of immersion. Actually no, or it could be more. I don't know. It's like 300 to 400 hours, maybe more than that, hours of immersion. It's almost always, it's just constant too. It's like you don't even need to condense the audio. It's just always talking, right? So that's one very like good resource that I found. So I'll go with that. So I'm gonna talk about a possibility which could make or break my AJATT. Well, not make or break, could make my AJATT like almost perfect, is going straight to Korea. So I've been looking at 3 schools mainly, because as you know, I'm an Adventist, so I have to go to the Adventist school over there. And I've been looking at 3 high schools. First one is 한국 삼육고등학교. Second is 서울 삼육고등학교. So 한국 삼육 is a little bit north of Seoul. It's in Nawanggu, which, yeah, it's like north. Okay, I have a map of Seoul right there. It's like northeast, I think. Yeah, it's like if you see Seoul, it should be like right there. But it's really populated. And then south of that in Kurishi is Seoul Samyuk Go등ghakyo, and I would rather go to that one. It's a little bit closer to like the city and stuff. And it's like it's really close to the Han River, to Hankang, Hankang, and it just looks cool. They're both the same basically, but one's just closer to the city. And the other one, which looks like I'm gonna go to that one, unfortunately, is in Donghae-shi, or Donghae. I don't know if it's Donghae-shi or Donghae. I think it's just Donghae because on my map it just says Donghae. But yeah, it's gonna be in Donghae. Donghae Samyukgo등학교. They're all Samyuk, right? It's Donghae. No, I can't speak. Donghae Samyukgo등학교. And that one's interesting. It's on the beach, or it's really close to the beach. It's like a mountain, and then there's the beach right there. Because that's how Donghae is built. It's in Gangwon, right? If you're not familiar with the geography, it's in. So there's what's the I don't know. Gyeonggi? I forgot the name of the province next to Gangwon, but it's where Seoul is. So there's the province. Yeah, there's Korea here, right? And northwest is, I think it's, I'm pretty sure it's Gyeonggi. Correct me if I'm wrong. Gyeonggi right here, and then it's, or Gyeonggi right here. Sorry, because you're looking at me like this. It's Gyeonggi right here, then it's Gangwon here, and then I don't know the rest of the whatever 4 or 5, but there's that. And I'm gonna be in Gangwon, and it's Gangwon. It's like the entire block of the east coast, and Donghae is a little bit south of the middle line, and it's like right on the coast. So it looks like I'm gonna go there. I already sent them an email, in full Korean too. A friend helped me write it out. So, but I haven't responded yet, unfortunately. We'll figure it out. But yeah, that's where it looks. That's how it's looking. I have to figure out prices and stuff. If it's too expensive, then I'm not gonna go. But that won't be until next year. So I'll be AJATTing for a while. And I'm waiting for Thanksgiving. And I'm waiting for a lot for I can't speak English anymore. I'm waiting for the vacations that are coming. Thanksgiving is in a couple of weeks, and that's basically a full week of just AJATT. Christmas break is 2 weeks of full AJATT. Summer vacations, I mean, spring break is a full week of AJATT. Summer vacation is 2.5 months of AJATT. Just fully, like I don't have to take any breaks from that. I don't have school or anything. So, yeah. Interesting activities. So, that's how it's gonna look. I would be lucky if I had to choose. If I got to choose, I would go to Seoul or Samyu, but I might not get to choose. So I'll just go to Donghae. I mean, Korea's Korea. My problem is that I don't know. I don't think they speak Saturi there. They can have a slight Saturi, but it's not too different from Seoul standard Korean. So yeah. So now in the last, I'm finishing up the video. Also, that's my hair. I remember I was watching an old video from a couple months ago. My hair's all short. Now it's all frizzy and stuff. I don't even comb my hair anymore. Anyways, goals for the next. I'm hoping to post month 5. I might just skip it to month 6 though. I don't know. See what happens. Goals for that. Read at least 50 pages. Realistically, read at least 20 by the end of the month, or by the end of month 5. So by November 25, I hope to read at least 20 pages, and then after that 30 the next month. Yeah, that's a good goal. And then after that, just finish up all these K-dramas, start reading a little bit more. What else? That's pretty much it. Yeah. Reach, well, in a month, how much did I learn? 15 times 30? It's like, I can't do math anymore. I don't even know. It's a lot of words. Oh, by the way, my Anki, I'm like at 2,200 words now. I had to mention that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think that's it for the video. But yeah. I was gonna make another video again. And I'll see you guys whenever I decide to post. Alright.